Well, it looks like I was wrong for now. The UCLA Bruins are advancing to the regional final in Los Angeles after a dominant win over Arizona State.
You are Locked On UCLA, your daily podcast on the UCLA Bruins. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome, everybody, to this edition of the Locked On UCLA podcast. I'm your host, Zach Anderson-Yoxsimer. Thanks for making this show your first listen each and every day. It's free wherever you get your podcast, and it's available on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, download. Thanks for your support to your team every day. And welcome back, everydayers. Well, the Bruins, you're wondering, all right, they dominated Fresno State. They found a way to win that opening game of the regional, which I slightly touched on in the last episode, which I released just before this. But the Bruins were already en route to thumping the Sun Devils, former Pac-12 rival, turned Big 12 foe in a regional because UCLA ASU would never play in this day and age in a 4-team regional in a 64-team bracket. UCLA in the first inning, nothing. ASU, nothing. The Bruins went with Landon Stump. And then John Savage's bunch can really swing it. 7 runs. 7 runs in the top of the second inning because the Bruins were the visitors. Despite hosting the regional, they were the designated visitors. So they scored first. 7 runs. Absolute dominance. You have Peyton Brennan, who's been a superhero in this regional. 3 for 5 in this game. 2 RBIs, a triple with a run. You had Martin, who had a salami. Rock-Chalowski, 2 for 5. Dean keeps getting beaned 5 times. Goodness gracious. This team keeps crushing the baseball and just driving runners in. A home run in this game, a salami, and the Bruins broke it open in the top of the second inning. I was pretty much recording my softball episode, and I get down 7-0 UCLA. Bruins give up a run in the second, and then a couple more in the third. A Rock-Chalowski RBI single up the middle. You had a West RBI knock. It was 9-1. You get to the bottom of the fourth. The Bruins give up another run because UCLA's like, all right, are we going to see if we can extend Stump? Instead, with a chance for ASU to rally, UCLA goes with Ian May. And May pitched a little bit on Friday. Savage, trusting his lefty, goes 5 innings in relief. The Bruins obviously going with all hands on deck. Johnny Holstaff, May, the bulk reliever, the bulk pitcher, 5 innings, earns the win, improves to 7-3, gives up only 3 hits, but 3 runs, only 2 of which were earned. And the Bruins use only 3 pitchers. It was funny enough that UCLA in this win 11-3. May tried to get through the 9th inning, couldn't, so UCLA decided to use Easton Hawk for an inning with the hit through 9 pitches. Hawk should be well rested, should be just fine to pitch on Sunday in any capacity, with UCLA needing to win 1 game to get to the Super Regional. All right, 1 game to get to the Supers, and next thing you know, maybe there's a small chance UCLA might host that Super if they win it. I don't know. But for now, they still have to see what happens between ASU and UCI and then win 1 game against either team that'll be tough to face, both of which have already beaten UCLA earlier in the year. So it still won't be an easy task. And I thought, all right, the toughest test is yet to come for the Bruins. No, they've scored 30 runs. 30 runs. This isn't 30 Rock, although if you put Rock-Chalowski in the middle of it, 30 runs, 30 Rock, put it all together. And UCLA, in their first 2 games, is averaging 15 runs in their own regional. It's heating up in Los Angeles. Obviously, you saw the Dodgers put 18 on the Yankees. It's a hot day with the ball flying out in Dodger Stadium with the 4 p.m. start. UCLA at the 6 p.m. start, only 1 home run, 3 extra base hits, or 4 extra base hits, a double, a triple, and a home run. There's the ability for the Bruins to just jump on the Sun Devils. Like, no breathing room. Go right after it. ASU, when they played UCLA earlier in the year, shut out the Bruins in a back-to-back midweek affair. UCLA played Tuesday, Wednesday. They had a weird early start time for game 2 of a 2-game midweek series, and ASU shut out the Bruins. And you would think, all right, the Sun Devils would have a better arm going. Nope. UCLA continues to dominate. You look at Peyton Brennan for UCLA. He's a knock away from getting a season batting average over 300, which means UCLA could start a lineup of almost 6 guys hitting 300 or better. And I know the question mark was, could this team have enough pitching going into this week? And that was my question mark. And I clearly said, I don't even think they're going to win their own regional. It might be UC Irvine. And here UCLA is in the final, and Irvine's playing out of the losers bracket. Anything can still happen. It's crazy. It's baseball. UCLA has to prove they got enough pitching and enough offense just to get by to get to the Super Regional. But they've proven that they're battle-tested, right? They've already faced a Vandy team that was number 1 in the country, according to the committee. They faced some tough teams in Quad 1, in the Big Ten tournament, winning in some dramatic fashion earlier in the non-conference. But then you also see UCLA, and you're like, wait a minute. Look at Oregon. They went 2-0 in their own regional. That's the team that won the regular season in the Big Ten. Iowa didn't even make it. But then USC is doing just fine right now in their regional. And here UCLA is, all right, we're playing at home. We're enjoying it. And because of the West Coast regional, I think UCLA is finding ways to be comfy at home. They're in the regional final for the first time, I think, since 2019. If I read that correctly, I could be wrong. But the Bruins, here we are. 2 chances to win 1. 2 chances to win 1 against either UC Irvine or ASU. My thought is Irvine is going to beat ASU and face the Bruins in the UC battle, UC Irvine versus UCLA. But the Sun Devils would love to go beat the Anteaters again. We'll see how it plays out. A great performance, 12 hits a day after the Bruins pounded out 19 runs and 20-plus hits. You got almost 30-plus hits, closing it on 40, and the Bruins haven't even started to play a third game yet. Still plenty of pitchers UCLA could use. I wonder if Stump, with his 52 pitches, will be potentially available on a Monday. Ian May, throwing 81 pitches in this game after throwing an inning and 2/3 on Friday, probably is done for the weekend if UCLA has to go to a Game 7 on Monday. So far, UCLA has, I believe, 3 arms still available, 2-ish, I think, 2 to 3 arms available from Friday, an arm available from today, and whatever they have left that has not been utilized so far, UCLA will have a fresh pen, and whoever is battling out of the elimination game, the losers bracket, will be hoping that they can get past this UCLA offense. That is clicking on all cylinders. Think about it. They got shut out by Nebraska in the Big Ten championship game. And that was Nebraska playing like their 3rd game in 2 days. So anything is possible. But the Bruins score first, push the pedal to the metal, then good things can happen. Absolutely good things can happen. So continue to cheer on the Bruins. I've been wrong so far, but this regional weekend is not over. The UCLA softball team plays in the middle of the day, maybe early morning, to keep their season alive against Tennessee in the Women's College World Series. UCLA could get to a super with a win on Sunday. It'll be a jam-packed Locked On UCLA Sunday to start the month of June. Where have we gone in 2025? I am not sure. Anyways, hands up, Bruins fans. 8 clap time, baby. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. UCLA. UCLA. Fight, fight, fight. This has been Locked On UCLA. Zach signing off. Go Bruins.